Yo, what is up, guys? This is the Brick Dough here, and I'm excited to talk about the first preliminary image of the LEGO Titanic Creator Expert set. Guys, this is the one we've been waiting for. 9,090 pieces, $630. In my personal opinion, we can call this the largest LEGO set. Obviously not as big as the world map, but it just edges out the Colosseum, which I believe was 9,036 pieces, so just edges it out. But wow, first image, I think like most people, this looks like an incredible model. I don't think we really get to see the mass of this set just based on this only picture we have right now. I think this will be a set when you walk up to the LEGO store, when they have it on display, you know, in that sort of front case there, it's going to be massive. It says it's going to be over, I think like 1.23 meters. I mean, that is going to be a large model to display, but definitely deserving based on how just intricate the detail is on here. And like I said, I think this just looks like a model. This does not look like even a Lego set, to be honest. We don't see a lot of open studs. We see a little bit of some open studs here, but that's mostly just for like detail and texture. Basically all smooth plating on the outside. And even on the deck, a lot of these details here, we're not seeing a lot of open studs. It just, in my opinion, looks like a very polished model. Almost looks more like a mock or something, you know, you could picture someone making, just for me personally, in comparison to something like the Colosseum, which is very smoothed out, but still has, I think, in my opinion, a little bit more of like a Lego feel, a little bit more open studs and things like that. So just a little bit of interesting, I would say, design perspective of this set. In addition, I was also interested to see what they would do with the stand. And this is pretty standard for ship models to sort of have these, I don't know what you would call it, but it's kind of like what they would have almost like in the boatyard for these large ships or something along those lines. But I remember in general too, like model boats, they tend to have similar stands to this of the Lego one. That's something I want to talk about as well. I remember having a model Titanic kit a couple years ago, and to me, this just really resembles that. Obviously, much greater scale and things like that. But I think the point there is that this set might get a lot of people interested into Lego, right? A lot of the model collectors and things like that who are really into ships, I think are going to be really interested in this set, and they're going to be pleased to see just the level of detail. And it doesn't have a specific scale on the box here, but I would be interested to see that from a perspective of a hardcore sort of model collector that's into ships, what they think about the scale of this. Is it really accurate and things like that. They don't have one posted, so my guess is it's probably a bit off, in comparison to some of these more intricate models, but are just made from like plastic and things like that, not Lego. So anyways, guys, I kind of wanted to compare this here with the Colosseum as well. I was hoping the Titanic would be the 12,000 pieces that was originally rumored, but shortly after that, we did see the new rumored price, the piece count of 9,090. And I was hoping for 12,000, but again, this looks like a great set. I will say one thing, talking about the price of this set, $630. It will be interesting to see how this compares to the Colosseum. You guys know a metric I really like to look at here is the basically weight per basically the weight of the set and then the price, like that calculation, weight, basically like weight per dollar or something like that. And I think that in general is just a better indicator, especially for these large creator sets where some of them have super small pieces and are going to have very high piece counts. You'll notice that you're not really getting a ton of value because you have a lot of small pieces, and that comes through in that calculation, the weight per dollar price point here. So Colosseum, $550 in comparison to this at $630 with a very similar piece count. I'm interested to see, when the set actually comes out and I'm able to get some information online about the weight of the set. I want to do a comparison between that and the Colosseum to figure out, where they sort of stand in a value standpoint. My guess is they'd be pretty close. I think Lego would be smart enough to kind of realize that as well. And it seems like 630 is a pretty like specified number personally. So I think it'll probably be, from a value perspective, very similar to the Colosseum, just from a purely quantitative sort of analysis there. And in general, what do I think between the Colosseum and this? Well, just completely different sets. I do think just the pure size of the Titanic and how iconic it is, I do think that this might, in my opinion, has a little bit of an edge over the Colosseum. I do, however, really like the displayability of the Colosseum. Because the Titanic is over a meter long, you're going to really need a lot of space for it. And I think, for most people, this is going to be a hard set to display unless you really do something crazy like people did with the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, make like a coffee table out of it or something, like have it in the glass display case below. I think you are going to need something that sort of creative and that something that big to display this set. In comparison, I think the Colosseum, it's very large, but you could find a shelf or something like that to put this on, or something, just maybe a table, it doesn't require as much, I think, as space, even though it's still huge. It's just not to the same extent as this. I mean, this is gonna be like 4 feet long. So guys, that's sort of my thoughts on the Titanic. Very excited for it. I don't think I'll be able to pick this up day one, but I hope this is a set I'm able to pick up during sort of the lifespan of it. And so yeah, really cool set. I'm interested to hear what you guys think of this set. Personally, it's kind of what I expected, and I'm just really happy to see it, kind of in form, in Lego form. And yeah, it looks great. To be honest, it looks great. I really like these Creator Expert sets. And so I think in general, it's going to be a great set for people to pick up, and great for both people who are interested in model ships and also people who are just Lego fans and want this new largest Lego set. So guys, if you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, this is the Brick Duo signing off.